Hello, Robin here at Toadstool Tarot. If you haven't been to my channel before, please do me a favor and subscribe. I am responding to Simon of the Hermit Caves hashtag challenge, my top 5 faves. All of these decks I've reviewed on my channel, so I'm just going to go through a sampling of each. If you want a full walkthrough, you can visit my channel and find them there. So I'm starting off with, well, let me explain. Most of you have seen this challenge, but if you haven't, it's your favorite tarot, your favorite oracle deck, your favorite Lenormand deck, your favorite playing card deck, and a wild card. I'm going to stick with cards all the way through. My favorite tarot deck changes from time to time, but I always seem to fall back to the Smith-Waite Centennial edition in a tin. It's old, reliable, and it's the most authentic, I think, to Pixie's original artwork and designs. You all know it, you all love it. I like the antique coloration to the cards, which may or may not show up in the photographs here. And I love that it's in a tin. I've been debating whether to get the full-sized version or not, but this one I carry with me everywhere, and even though I have other favorite decks, this one just seems to, I keep referring back to this one, falling back to it. So, an honorable mention to this, and this may change, these always change, is my recent acquisition of the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. And these images just seem to get right to the point. The colors really pop. And I'll show you a side-by-side comparison so you can see what I mean. And they're borderless, so they don't have her original script at the bottom, but yeah. So that's my number one, the tarot. Number two is the oracle deck, and my favorite oracle deck at the moment is the John Waterhouse Oracle from Tarot by 7, which you have the option ordering there of 8 different backings, and I chose this one, which is a kaleidoscopic rendering of one of his paintings. I also should note that there are apparently 2 John Waterhouse Oracle decks out there. This one's the one with 70-some cards in it. There's another one with only about 30 or something. But this is from Tarot by 7. So, I love these images. They're really beautiful. And the reason I particularly like this is not only because of the period classic artwork, and I love his paintings, but also because there is no instruction booklet, there are no labels or numberings on any of the cards. So it is an entirely intuitive oracle just through images. And I really love that concept. Trying to read images without any other kind of help. No guidebooks, no instruction books, no labels. You have to figure it out yourself. Now, an honorable mention to the oracle is the Whispers of Lord Ganesha, which I like because of the beautiful, colorful images on the cards. These cards are really glossy though, and they're kind of sticky. They don't shuffle real well, and I also don't really like oversized cards in oracle decks, which most of them tend to be. That's one of the reasons I like the John Waterhouse, because they're regular tarot-sized cards. But I do love the colorful quality of these cards. This one actually reminds me of Pixie. If Pixie were an elephant, that card would be her. So, as I said, that's not a favorite, it's an honorable mention. Next on the list is the Lenormand. I don't read Lenormand, I only have one Lenormand deck. It's the Mystical Lenormand by Regula Elizabeth Victor. Comes in a little box like that. And these are the backs. And here again, there's no text on them. There's some very subtle numbers and symbols in the corners that you can refer to in the little guidebook. But I use this as an oracle. I don't read Lenormand, so I have been using this as a pocket oracle. I carry it in a tin in my bag, and it's worked out pretty well for me as an oracle deck. Next on the list is, what are we up to? The playing cards. Well, I didn't see too much point in playing cards in this category originally, because most playing cards look the same throughout the deck, other than the backs. But I did find one recently that is different. This is the Krampus playing cards. And this has 52 different images on the cards. Those are the backs. Here are a few of the images. Which are really fun. And mischievous. And let's see. My wild card, I'm not sure about this. It might be the Krampus deck set number 2, because there are 2 of these. But they might count as one, because sometimes when you play with playing card decks, depending on the game or the number of people playing, you might incorporate 2 decks. And these have 52 more Krampus images, which I won't show you here, but I've reviewed them on my channel, so you can have a look there. Lastly, I guess this is more of a wild card. I don't have any Marseille decks. This is the closest I have to a Marseille deck, which is the Old English Tarot. And show you a couple of these. These are a little bit more modern. But they do have pip cards like a Marseille deck. However, each one has some little scene at the bottom, which I like, which makes it easier for me to read. And so, strictly speaking, I guess it's more of a pip deck than a Marseille deck. But this image in particular, the swords in particular, seem like they're laid out like a Marseille deck. So that might be my wild card. So those are my top 5 faves at the moment, and they change all the time. So I may tackle this again in another year or a few months, and it may have changed. In the meantime, if you like what you saw or want to check out more of the decks that I reviewed at Toadstool Tarot, be sure to click the subscribe button below, and thank you for stopping by, and I will see you soon.